Let's take a look at this wall I'm about to transform. Okay, this cafe wall looks pretty boring. So the client wants a portrait of a woman in flowers. There's just one problem. I don't paint people. It's a bit weird to admit this, but for over 10 years as a professional artist who gets paid to paint, I've always felt like I simply can't paint faces of people. My people painting just doesn't look good. And instead, I've focused most of my efforts on drawing big cats, weird creatures, and, non-human stuff. Along with how difficult it is to paint a portrait of a person's face, I was born with an eye condition known as amblyopia. This can really make depth perception really hard and seeing things in 3D difficult. Not being able to see well in 3D makes it really difficult to paint a person's face. So normally I would just say no to any art inquiry I had to paint a mural on a cafe's wall of a person's face. But I just found out about a prestigious UK art program that was coming to Australia, and being on TV showcasing my art could be a really big break. And I thought, well, I know that painting is really just unlocking the puzzle of where each color goes, and maybe I just hadn't learned that combination yet. Didn't actually film all the hours and hours that I spent practicing painting portraits because, well, I was practicing painting portraits, so could we just pretend for the sake of the video that
one of the best exercises you can do to get better at portrait painting.
Portraits are fascinating and challenging.
You see all
Learn
the
that
things happening on your canvas, and very soon you learn to use all these beautiful little things that happen.
I began sketching out a draft because I thought, I'm good at drawing, so if I can draw the face, then there's a good chance that I'll be able to learn how to paint the face. I was a bit nervous at first. I was like, what if it looked horribly weird? A big wall, a public space. My name's James Patrick here. I've got my illustrated concept, and behind me is the wall where I'm going to be painting a big... So I showed the cafe owner my concept, and although she liked it, she didn't really love it. So we decided to change my concept, my design, and well, this is what happened.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her.
Absolutely ridiculous giant lips would be the first of a few mistakes I'd make while attempting to paint this cafe mural of a woman's face. I've learned that one of the great things about making mistakes in a painting is you can just paint over it. So I set about working and reworking the lips until it got to a point where they looked human and not so plastic fantastic. It's 30 degrees here today, and every time I mix some paint, within 5 minutes it's all dried up because I don't have my other palette. So that's been a little bit tough to deal with, but we've been fixing the lips, as you can see up the top there, and just sort of tweaking the proportions. Florist is right in there. So I'm going to work on this guy now. Absolutely beautiful. And having a real reference here. I thought if I could do the background black and white, the face would pop out a little bit more. But after looking at it and having a brief discussion with a ladybug, we both decided that it just didn't look right and I had to start again. This really was a second big setback, as I'd spent a week working on these grey flowers on the background to now essentially having to throw that complete idea in the bin and start again. Then I thought about the dots. Maybe I could hide little speckles of colour in the background, just subtle enough to still keep the focus on the face.
Pardon? How long have you been working on it?
A couple of weeks. Yeah, just a couple of days a week for a couple of weeks.
Oh,
we changed a few things around. And I'm not so used to drawing faces, so it took me a lot longer to get the proportions right. I'm used to drawing animals.
Oh, right.
A little bit looser, and you can... So with faces, like if the eye's slightly off, you can just feel it.
Well, it looks realistic, doesn't it?
It took a while. At this point, several weeks later, I had almost forgotten about the Portrait Artist of the Year competition that originally prompted me to start this project. And then I got an email saying I was through to the next round, and they wanted me to submit a short video of me talking about my art.
Artist James Patrick, based in Sydney, Australia. I've been trying to find a time to record this video. I filled out the application and I haven't had it. I've been working on the project behind me, so I thought I will just...
A couple of days after, I got an email, and I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little bit bummed out that I didn't actually make it into Portrait Artist of the Year. I failed in that attempt, but I feel like I did win something. I won the battle of disbelief, the battle of doubt, the battle of thinking that I can't paint portraits when I really just needed to practice, learn, and keep refining my craft. I still have a lot to learn in painting faces and painting people. There's so many areas that I still think I can improve and that I can become better. But this has really taught me, this entire project, it showed me that all the things that I think I can't paint, I can't draw. When you say, I can only draw a stick man, as many people say to me, maybe you can draw something better. Maybe you just need time, patience, and practice to really make it happen.